Professional gym instructor.
Professional gym.
Gym your gym and leave me alone. Leave me.
Auntie Mercy, do squats.
Yeah, do squats.
Squats where?
2 squats. Is that how they squat in your village?
This one will make us. You know how many squats that they do for stage? How do everybody lift your? You know the calories where they burn?
Actually,
Calories they burn.
Invited a certain popular gospel minister. They sent him millions of nairas and then sent him flight tickets. He didn't come for the program and then he didn't refund the money. We are talking about a very popular music minister that all of you know. Maybe this pastor was thinking, I am very dark man, that I will call this pastor and say, I will call the music minister and say, refund his money. I'll give him 24-hour ultimatum. I will never call anyone out. Let us, all of us, let us together enjoy the mess we have made. The very monsters we have created has come for our own very head. Many pastors and ministries want the loyalty of their members, but they are not loyal to their members in return. Is it that you don't have choristers in your church? That your music director that has been laboring with you for years in that ministry, why don't you recognize him? The music group in your church, your music ministers that you have raised over the years, are they forbidden from ministering in special programs and events? Is their face forbidden from entering your program flyers? You will go and invite a popular gospel artist because of PR, church promotion only. A gospel artist that you know that the least person in your choir sings better than, and the least person in your choir is even more heavily anointed than the gospel artist, but because of PRO you will sideline your choristers and everybody in your music group, and you will pay millions to bring somebody that got popular on TikTok or on social media. Those young men and women that have been laboring with you in that church, because they are not popular on social media, that's why you dishonor them, right? It is even them you will send to the airport to go and welcome the gospel artist and even book his hotel reservation. Somebody that's been laboring with you for more than 15 years. This person is anointed, this person can sing. Why not give this person a platform? You don't place honor on your own church members, but you want them to place honor on you. We treat our music team anyhow. That's why many of them are now ambitious. Many of them want to blow by all means. They want to be famous. They want to be popular so that you will recognize them and honor them and treat them well. And the thing is, once they get popular, they will no longer stay in the choir. They will no longer be in the church. It's now so bad that some churches invite gospel ministers every Sunday. Why do you have choristers in the first place? Why do you have a music group in the first place? Just dissolve your music group and be inviting popular gospel ministers every Sunday now. Some of you now invite up to 10 gospel musicians for a camp meeting. Camp meeting with 10 gospel musicians. Kenneth Hagin will be smiling from the grandstand and wondering what is happening to the church. All these music merchants, all these ministers that are businessmen and women that we are raising and patronizing, from the beginning it was not so. The corruption in the church is getting deeper day by day. My name is Shamba Priest, and I am made of joy and fire.
You know, my mom will always tell me, right, things get out of control when adults sit in the house and watch children misbehave. If you are from a home with many siblings, it is the responsibility of the parents or the grandparents or the adult ones to put the younger ones in line. And whenever those adults do not do their functions or responsibilities, maybe due to negligence, or maybe the person misbehaving is their favorite and so they don't want to do anything about it, things quickly degenerated into chaos. That is exactly what is going on in the Christian world and in the gospel ministry industry. That is the truth. You know, for far too long, gospel artists have come up and they have been promoted by their church, which on certain occasions is their manager or managing department and so on and so forth. And so much money was being made and people were all getting their own cuts. And no one bothered to pay any attention as to the consequences of their actions. People were busy just collecting their own cuts from all the revenue that were coming in. And before they wake up, everything has gone totally out of control. Well, like I've always said, and I'll keep on saying, if anyone is performing a function, they should be paid for. If anyone is doing something and required you to pay them for that service, you should pay them. If you don't want to pay them, and if they don't want to volunteer to do it for free, you have to let them go. You cannot force them to do a service for you for free when they themselves don't want to do it for free. I have never thought for once, not even for a single second, that somehow the church was a free business or was an NGO or was a common initiative group. Is it CIG? I have never thought about that for a second. The church has always been a business, at least in my own mind. And the men of God have always gathered so much money from it. Now, the politicians might let it be the way it is because they themselves benefit from it. But the bottom line is the church has always been a business. Always. They have always collected from whoever was willing to give. They have always spread messages that supported one faction or the other. They have always been led to do their things by the politicians or by the government because they have supported them in one way or the other. It has always been a useful tool for a few people. They have always used it to serve their own purpose. So no matter how people like Pastor Chris come here and cry and say things, no matter how much people like Oba Angel complained, I would say what I've always said. Gospel artists, if they want to be paid, they should be paid. If they want to do it for free, then good and fine. There is nothing wrong in volunteering. There's nothing wrong with that. If someone wants to volunteer, by all means, they should do so. But people are not obligated to do a service for free. Because if the man of God, the pastor himself, was doing pastoring for free, he will not be able to buy the private jet he now cruises in. If the pastor was doing all those things he was doing for free, he won't be able to buy the bulletproof cars that he now rides in. So, listen. If people want to be paid, they should be paid. And if gospel artists like Snatch, like Mercy Chinwo, Frank Edward, and so on and so forth, if they want to make as much money as they can using their God-given talent, go ahead, make it. Make as much as you can. After all, your preachers are doing the same thing. At least, this one, you are being honest about it. Unlike your preachers, who are a bunch of, I don't want to call them liars, but they don't actually say who they are, do they? They don't. So, to you guys out there, let me hear your own take. What do you think about the corruption in the church? Are people just finding it out right now that there is so much corruption in the church? Or they are mainly raising the alarms now because the whole corruption is not affecting even them? Which is it? Let us hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below.